Hi, my name's Alice, and I'd like to introduce you to my dogs, Calvin and Nutley. So this is Calvin, and we adopted him from Save a Dog in 2007. We moved in together, and we got a dog right away. And Calvin was our lucky pick. Save a Dog had just gotten this litter of about 7. I think there were 7 of them, and the funny thing is they are all their names started with C's. So there was Calvin, Carlos, Candy. I don't remember the other ones, but there was a bunch of them. And we went to a meet and greet, and he was the one we picked. With Calvin, he is, how do I describe him? He's our dog that has given us the most trouble and the most headaches. He's not that smart is how we like to describe him, unfortunately, right? But you're so cute. He's a skittish kind of dog. He's not very street smart. His other unique trait is he likes to eat rocks. So Calvin has cost us quite a bit of money. My husband does want to make me a really nice necklace with the nice rock that he ate last year. Around this time again, he likes to give us scares in the winter. He ate a rock and ended up at the emergency hospital. The rock was removed. He's got a huge scar from the incision. You would have expected a huge rock to come out of his stomach. The rock was perfectly square, like a die, and like a dice, and it just got lodged. And so he's thrown up probably about 12 rocks, 15 rocks that I can remember, but that one in particular he didn't. Our wedding was February of 2010, and we had been ready to get a second dog probably for about 6 months or so, and we decided to hold off. We knew that there were a lot of abandoned dogs in Puerto Rico, so we said let's just wait till we go for our wedding and we'll find a dog there. Our first day there, there were 2 things on the agenda for my husband primarily, was to rent a surfboard and to start looking for dogs. So forget the wedding planning. That was our plan. So we went down to Rincon, which is like a big surfer area, and we go to a little beach shop, Mango Beach Shop, and they do surfboard rentals. And there were dogs all over the property. And the woman's like, yeah, well, I rescue dogs and I try and get, the tourists and people to take them back to the States. Well, I guess it's our lucky day because we came to rent a surfboard and adopt a dog, and we're getting both done at the same place. She's like, I have a dog at home. I don't bring her to the shop every day because she's really high energy, takes up a lot of time and energy, and but she might be a better fit for you guys. She's like, can you come back tomorrow? We came back the following day. We saw Nutley. We saw her playing with the other dogs, and she played exactly the same way as Calvin played. And that was what as soon as we saw that, we're like, they're gonna get along great. And that was it. She's a handful. Her name is Nutley for a reason. I believe she got called a nut so many times that that's where the name came from. She's about 22, 23 pounds. She can scale a 6-foot fence. She gets out of the yard all the time. She loves to cuddle, and if she's not touching on some part of your body, then she's really not she's not herself. You wouldn't think that she was this lovable when you first meet her. She comes across as really aggressive, and she barks a lot. It's probably the Chihuahua in her, and she's very protective. So when dogs meet her, or even strangers come into the house, she just barks and barks and barks. And we figured out it takes her about a minute to calm down. And within a minute or a minute and a half, she is your best friend on your lap and wanting to lick your face. Nutley, you can see the Chihuahua in her. So in Puerto Rico, there's a lot of Chihuahuas, and there's a lot of shepherd mixes, which they call satos. So when I tell people that she's a Chihuahua shepherd mix, they're like, that's not possible. And I'm like, well, the shepherd mixes in Puerto Rico are more like Calvin size. They're 25-pound dogs. They're much smaller. So a Chihuahua mix with one of those is actually realistic. So that's how she's got a Chihuahua face, the big ears, which is a Sato trait. Really, really big ears. They say over time, the dogs, because they're street dogs and they're so street smart, their ears, I don't know if this is true or not, but they say their ears have just gotten bigger and they stick straight up so that they're like antennas for them. And they got along like they'd known each other forever. They sleep together, they take naps on each other, they play together, they're great. So Calvin and Nutley have been awesome additions to our family. I was never a dog person until I got these two dogs. They're my first. I had two cats before them. None of my friends can believe that I wasn't a dog person before 2007. What I always tell my friends is a rescue is the way to go. They're awesome.